Welcome guys back to another video with me, Pascal Floor, and today I'm going to show you one little gadget that you can purchase in order to actually make the leg press and something like the squat work more on your quads than ever before. Before we delve into what I'm actually talking about or referring to, I just want to reiterate what you can do in order to improve your leg press and squat. The first one is, of course, always make sure that you have the right position, a good mind-muscle connection, proper technique in place before we are delving then into other things to enhance our mind-muscle connection or the emphasis on the quads. Once we have ticked off all of the fundamental boxes, such as, once again, proper technique, the right loading, right mind-muscle connection, we can actually look into small minor gadgets or hacks or tricks, whatever you want to call it, to actually improve the mind-muscle connection or to get more out of that specific movement. So first and foremost, of course, I would very much recommend that you get one of these weightlifting shoes. This is the Power, I think 3, quite an old model already. I purchased that one in 2013, and when it comes to weightlifting shoes, this is kind of a bargain. Yes, in an acute sense, they are very expensive. You are spending around £200 to £250 or so. In dollar terms, somewhere around $200 to $300 or so. So in it for itself, it seems like a lot of money. But what you get out of that with weightlifting shoes is just like absolutely worth it in my opinion. And let's be real here, you don't just want to train for the next 1 or 2 years. Probably you're expecting to put in the work and effort for the next 10, 20, 30 years or so. And if you then boil it down and calculate it on an annual basis, so these shoes, they will last me like a lifetime. If I take care of them properly, which I do because the only time that I'm actually using them is when I'm doing something like a leg press, a squatting movement or so, and not actually wearing them outside, such as Steve has once seen someone walking through London in these squatting shoes, then they will last you a lifetime. If you treat them well, it's a bargain because, once again, if you break it then down on an annual basis, what you're actually paying for, and they last you like 20 or 30 years, then you will be ending up paying like $10 per month or so for an investment that can make a huge difference in your training. There's a huge variety of weightlifting shoes, and of course I would always recommend you trying them out before actually then ordering them online or so, because what you want to achieve and accomplish with weightlifting shoes is that they are just like sitting very snug. You don't want to float around in the shoe or that they are sitting loosely. You want them to actually very much fit your feet. So the normal height of a weightlifting heel, such as the Power, comes at a height of around 0.75 inches, which is kind of equal to around 2 centimeters of a heel height. There are other weightlifting shoes as well that have a little bit of a higher heel as well and a lower heel. For example, the Nike Romaleos 3, they come at a height of around 0.79 inches, which is still a little bit over 2 centimeters, so not that much of a difference. But there are also other weightlifting shoes that come with a much higher elevated heel as well, and some that are much lower that also most of the time come at a lower price, such as the Adidas Power Perfect 3, for example, and other models from other brands as well. That being said, I just recently discovered one thing that was created by Rogue. And as you may know, Rogue, they don't always invent the things. They actually have an idea that may be stemming from a different area, and then they just apply it, put their name badge on it, and sell it for like 200% of the normal price. So just recently, what I found, and shout out to my man Paul Serafini because I seen it over on his Instagram stories, is kind of a heel wedge. So a wedge that you can put inside your shoe to actually elevate the heel just a little bit to decrease the necessity of ankle dorsiflexion. So if you don't have any kind of weightlifting shoes at home, or you only have something like the Nike Metcons or Ebook, whatever they are called, then you can put them inside and actually you are starting to have an elevated heel, artificially speaking, for much lower price than the weightlifting shoes. Thing is though, I was actually starting to dig a little bit deeper because I was curious to see whether I can't find something like that for a much cheaper price that may also have a usage somewhere else. And look at what I've found. This, my friends, this is an orthopedic heel. So as you can see, it comes in the form and shape of cork, which you then can put inside your shoe. As you can see, you can put it inside your shoe, place it at the heel, put your normal inner sole over it, and then all of a sudden you actually have a little bit more of an elevation already in the shoe. So once again, if you can't afford or you don't have access to a weightlifting shoe, now you can artificially create one with a very, very minimum price. This one comes at a price of around €7, which is equal to around 8 to 9 to 10 US dollars and around 5 to 6 pounds. This is a pair which you can put inside your shoes, and you can even glue it on and take out whenever you feel like it. The product itself comes at different heights and also width. So have a look around, see what suits you, what fits your shoes. What I've done is actually taking the inner sole and actually measured them, and then I just ordered it over on Amazon Prime because I could always send it back if it doesn't really fit into my shoes. And with the first one, it was actually a match. The small gadget that I had was a little bit too high still for my taste, because my feet, when they are now in my shoes, it's right on the cusp of my feet slipping out of the shoe. So you want to be wary of that as well, so that you don't go with the highest heel possible, but more so aim for something like a minimum increase in the range. Normally, these orthopedic heels, they're there to counter the disbalances of different limb length. So if one leg is longer than the other one, you can actually easily counteract that with these kind of orthopedic heels. Other usage of those is if you're just like a smaller individual and you want to actually be a little bit taller, then you can put them inside your shoes as well and just be a little bit taller. For our usage though, instead of going out there purchasing a Rogue Wedge that comes at a price of $30, you can actually get these for around $7 to $8, maybe $10 or so, right? Depending on the height and the width that you're going with. And let's be real here, it serves its purpose. It does a fantastic job in what it actually does, and that is just like slightly elevating your heel, allowing you for greater range of motion, greater knee flexion, greater ankle dorsiflexion as well, and thus have a better and more stimulative quad session. So if you only want to use it at specific exercises such as the leg press to increase the ankle dorsiflexion, or just like your ability for greater knee flexion, then this small gadget comes at a very low price and may help you to increase the range of motion in something like leg press or the hack squats as well. So in the description below, you can find a link to the product if you want to purchase one. And if it's not available in your country, it can easily be found in your Amazon as well. I'm very, very certain about it. Also, if you purchase one, let me know your experiences with that. I already finished one leg session with it, where I've done 6 sets of leg presses, and it made a huge difference already. I was able to go lower on the pad and thus have a greater knee flexion, greater ankle dorsiflexion, and thus I felt it so much more in my quadriceps already. And that comes with only a couple of centimeters of a lifted heel as well. And perhaps you want to give it a try for squats as well, and I would be very curious to hear whether you can stay more upright and thus put some more emphasis on your quads as well. So let me know in the description below whether you gave it a try, whether you found this helpful or not. And if you really did find it helpful, then of course leave a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section below, hit the subscribe button, and then this acts as a thank you this time. So guys, thank you very much, and I guess I'll speak to you very soon.